Now, let us start with step 4, that is submission of e-form. For e-filing, one has to connect himself to the internet. Submission is required to be made at the MCA 21 portal using specialized functionality which has been provided. Sending the e-form through email should be avoided because it does not constitute e-filing. Submission takes in a couple of minutes depending upon the size and the form and quality of internet. A defective e-form will be rejected by the MCA system and returned to the user with clear details of the nature of the defect. If an e-form is correct in all the respects, one can proceed to the next steps. It is always better to save a copy of the document before submission for the application ready reference. Step 5. Making payment. The system automatically calculates the fee including late payment fees as applicable under the rules and regulations. Payments have to be made through appropriate methods such as credit cards, internet banking or by traditional way. At the bank counter through Challan. Electronic payment can be made at the virtual frontier office. If the user wants to pay through the traditional way, the system will generate a pre-filed challan in the prescribed format. Traditional payments through cash checks can be done at the designated network of banks using the system-generated challan. There are 5 banks with estimated 200 branches authorized for accepting challan payments. These 5 banks are SBI, Punjab National Bank, Indian Bank, ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank. NCA 21 provides a unique transaction number which can be used by the user for inquiring status of a transaction. Filing is complete only when the necessary payments are made. Making offline payment. If you do not have a credit card or internet banking facility, you can make payment at the counter of an authorized bank through the pre-filed challan generated by the system after e-filing payments of value about rupees 50,000. Stakeholders would have the option either to open the payment or in electronic challan. However, such payments can be made in electronic mode with effect from 1st October 2011. In case of rejection of the e-form, helpful remedial tips are provided to the user or the applicant. The user will also receive an acknowledgement through email, or alternatively user can check the MCA portal. After successful e-filing and payment, you can see the status of your transaction using the track your transaction status link, and you have to enter the SR number. Once the form has been approved by the concerned official of the ministry, you will receive an email regarding the same and the status of the form will get changed to approved. So, this is how a payment is made. Firstly, we have to submit the forms with all the details using specialized functionality. Then we have to make payment which shall be calculating fees including late fees, whatever is applicable to the form, and it can be done either in credit card or internet banking or through a traditional way, that is by going and depositing a challan into the prescribed bank. Now, electronic front, if it is done electronically, it can be done through virtual front office, or if it is to be done in traditional way, then a challan that is prescribed is given by the company in 5 banks which are having branches in and around the place. So any of the bank which is available, you can go there and fill the challan, and similarly the process shall be carried forward. And then MCA provides a unique transaction number with which can be used by the user for inquiring status of the transaction. Once everything is approved, the status shall be approved, and whatever is fees shall be deducted from the account as per assistance of the facilitation center. Now, what does this do? The process of e-filing is quite simple without much prior knowledge of computers also. One can file an e-form. However, if a person is not familiar with the process of e-filing or has no access to necessary computing infrastructure, he can avail the services of facilitation centers. The list of such facilitation centers Centers is given on the facilitation centers link on the MCA portal. These centers have been working on behalf of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs to provide assistance in e-filing. At such centers, one can download and fill in the form. This can be done even on a personal computer or at a cyber cafe. So, the filing can be done by any person who knows how to access the computer, internet and basic internet facilities. At such centers, one can get assistance to sign the e-form digitally for submitting the same. For the digital signature certificate of the concerned person is required. In addition to that, scanning facility for attachment is also provided. One can avail the challan copy generated by the system and take the same to any other authorized branch to make the necessary payment. The facilitation center assists the person for completing his transaction and formalities as explained in step 5 mentioned earlier. E-filing is said to be complete once the necessary payment is made either through electronic mode or through challan. There is a facility at the MCA portal to check if the e-filing has been completed successfully. The challan number of the computer generated receipt useful for future reference in case of any service request. So MCA is a portal which is created specifically for the companies to avail all these services and also to simplify the process of incorporation or registration of the company. So using this MCA 21 portal helps the user to have direct access to the computer generated forms and other details. Now prerequisites for e-filing. In order to get ready for e-filing, the following things are required. Registration of directors for DIN. All directors are required to register themselves online for obtaining the director identification number. Details of director identification number are available on the MCA 21 portal. So registration of directors, firstly DIN is available on the MCA portal wherein the directors have to themselves fill the online form and obtain their own director's identification number. Then next, obtaining the digital signatures, DSC. A director or authorized representative of a company who is supposed to sign documents, and professionals who wish to attach documents for e-filing will have to obtain DSC from the authorized agencies of the government. List available on the website of www.cca.gov.in. Registration of DSC. Now, how to register digital signature certificate. Once a DSC is obtained, one has to register his DSC with the MCA 21 portal using his personalized login. Learn basics. It is advisable to familiarize oneself with new e-forms and as and when required, take the help of facilitation centers, which is convenient. Then, director identification requirement, DIN. Director identification number is a unique identification number for an existing director or a person intending to become the director of a company. The requirement of DIN is a prerequisite for filing of certain company-related documents. An application for obtaining DIN may be made by any individual who is a director or intends to be a director of a company. Procedure to apply for DIN. As an individual who wants to apply for a DIN, you should visit the MCA portal, fill the application online, which is available on the link Apply for DIN. After submitting this form, a provisional DIN is generated by the system and is displayed on the screen. Save and take the print of the form. Affix your photograph and send the same by normal post along with photocopies of proofs of identity and residence, duly assisted by notary, certified professionals like CACS, ICWA to the email address MCA DIN Cell PO Box number 3 Noida, Uttar Pradesh, India, or to the regional director. In case of any difficulty, one can approach one of the facilitation center. After processing, the MCA DIN cell will approve In case of any difficulty, one can approach one of the facilitation centers after processing the MCA DIN cell. will approve the DIN and send letter of confirmation and activation to the applicant. Such confirmation will be sent to the applicant on email ID provided in the DIN application. So, from this we can understand that the process of acquiring any certificate or forms from the register has become easy. Now, directors can directly apply for their own DIN, that is Director Identification Number. Provisional DIN can be used for e-filing until the DIN is approved and activated by the MCA DIN cell. Duly attested photocopies of the prescribed identity proof, that is PAN card, driving license, passport, voters ID, and residence proof, driving license, passport, ration card, electricity bill, etc. There are no charges payable for applying for a DIN. DIN is mandatory for directors of Indian companies who are not citizens of India. However, DIN is not mandatory for directors of a foreign company having a branch office in India. A single DIN is sufficient for an individual holding multiple directorships. Circular of the Department of Corporate Affairs, Government of India, in respect of roll check procedure to be followed in any e-filing in MCA 21 portal. Roll check means checking that the document being filed bear signatures of persons who are authorized to file their digital signature certificates are already registered with the portal. This copy of the circular is given as under registered digital signature certificate. Roll check for Indian companies is to be implemented in the MCA application. Roll check can be performed only after the authorized signatories have registered their digital signature certificates with MCA. Once the roll check is implemented, the system shall verify whether the signature on the e-form field is of an authorized signatory of the company. Notice for practicing members of ICSI and ICWAI. So this is all about MCA and general knowledge that how a person can himself get a DIN or register his digital signatures. Notice for practicing members of ICSI and ICAI may encounter problems in registering the DSP because the numeric part of the membership number is common for fellow and associate members. The system is being updated to cater to these cases and the issue would be resolved soon. Practicing members of ICWAI will not be able to register for DRDSC as the database of the members has not been received from ICWAI. Now, step-by-step process for DSC registration by director, manager, secretary, and by practicing professionals. Step-by-step process for directors. Now, let us understand the process for directors, how they can get their digital signatures. Step-by-step process to be followed for registration of directors DSC is as under. Click on the register DSC link available on the MCA portal homepage. On the next screen, click on the director link on the left hand panel and fill up your DIN. Please ensure that the DIN is approved and typed correctly. System shall verify that the DIN is valid and approved. If the DIN is filed incorrectly or DIN is filed as not approved, system will show an error message to that effect. Fill up the rest of the particulars and ensure that the details filled are as per DIN 1. If the applicant has filed DIN 4, then fill the details as submitted in DIN 4 form. Click on the next button, the system would verify the details. If the details filed do not match with DIN 1, DIN 4, as the case may be for the reason that you do not have your DIN application details, you can retrieve DIN 1 form from Get DIN application link on the MCA portal, or in the case of DIN 4, you can get the details from the company in which you are a director. If the details are correct, the system would prompt you to select the DSC. Click on the select certificate button to browse and select the certificate. Please ensure that the selected DSC belongs to the applicant whose particulars are being registered. System shall validate the DSC if the selected DSC is already registered against the given DIN system. Will give an informatory message. If a different DISC is already registered against the given DIN system, will ask if the user wants to update his or her DSC. Type the displayed system generated text for verification. For verification in the box provided, click on I agree button to agree to the declaration that the details furnished are correct. Click on the submit button to register your DSC. Acknowledgement message is displayed to the user. User can take a printout of the acknowledgement. The applicant can click on the reset function to clear the data in the fields. Step-by-step process for manager or secretary. Now, for earlier we understood about the process for the directors, how directors can apply, or directors or secretary or other professionals. Now let us understand how it can be done for the manager or secretary. Step-by-step process for manager or secretary. Step-by-step process to be followed for DSC registration of manager secretary DSC is as under. Click on the register DSC link available on the MCA portal homepage. On the next screen, click on the manager secretary link on the left hand panel and fill up the particulars. Please ensure that the income tax PAN and other details are as per the information filled in the DIN-3 form. Click on the next button. The system would verify the details. If PAN details do not exist in the system due to non-filing of DIN-3 form, or details filled do not match with the details submitted in the DIN-3 form, system will show an error message to that effect. If the details do not match with DIN-3 filing for the reason that you do not have the details filled in DIN-3 form, you can get the details from the company in which you are a manager or secretary. If the details are correct, the system would prompt you to select the DSC. Click on the select certificate button to browse and select the certificate. Please ensure that the selected DSC belongs to the applicant whose particulars are registered. System shall validate the DSC. If the selected DSC is already registered against the given PAN, system will give an informatory message if a different DSC is already registered against the given PAN. System will ask if the user wants to update his or her DSC. Type the displayed system generated text for verification in the box provided. Click on the I agree button to agree to the declaration that the details furnished are correct. Click on the submit button to register your DSC. Acknowledgement message is displayed to the user. User can take a printout of the acknowledgement. The applicant can click on the reset function to clear the data in the fields. So this is how a secretary or a manager can fill the form. Then next we have step-by-step process for practicing professionals. Step-by-step process to be followed for registration of practicing DSC is as under. Click on the register DSC link available on the MCA portal homepage. On the next screen, click on the practicing professional link on the left hand panel and fill up the particulars. Please ensure that the details filled are as per the records of your professional institute. Click on the next button. The system would verify the details from the records provided by the concerned professional institute. If the membership of enrollment number is wrong or the details filled do not match with the records provided by the professional institute, system will throw an error message to the effect. If you do not have the details recorded by your institute, you can get the details from your institute. If the details are correct, the system will prompt you to select the income tax PAN. The applicant is asked to verify and confirm the PAN. On confirmation, the system would prompt to select the DCF. Click on the select certificate button to browse and select the certificate. Please ensure that the selected DSC belongs to that applicant whose particulars are being registered. Type the displayed system generated text for verification in the box provided. Click on the I agree button to agree with the declaration that details furnished are correct. Click on the submit button to register your DSC. Acknowledgement message is displayed to the user. User can take a printout of the acknowledgement. The applicant can click on the reset function to clear the data in the fields. Provisions of Companies Act 2013 relating to DIN and e-filing of forms. So far as DIN is concerned, sections 153 to 157 and 159 are provided with necessary provisions, and in respect of e-filing of forms, sections 398, 401 and 402 are provided. They are enumerated as under. Director Identification Number. Section 153, application for allotment of director identification number. Every individual intending to be appointed as a director of the company shall make an application for allotment of director identification number to the central government in such form and manner with such fees as may be prescribed, provided that the central government will prescribe any identification number which shall be treated as director identification number for the purposes of this act, and in case any individual holds or acquires such identification number, the requirement of this section shall not apply in any manner as may be prescribed. Then section 154, allotment of director identification number. The central government shall within 1 month from the receipt of the application under section 153 allot a director identification number to an applicant in such manner as may be prescribed. Section 155, prohibition to obtain more than one director identification number. No individual who has already been allotted a director identification number under section 154 shall apply for or obtain or process another director identification number. Section 156, to intimate director identification number. Now, every existing director shall within 1 month of the receipt of director identification number from the central government intimate his director identification number to the company or all companies wherein he is a director. So these are the basic rules and regulations which are relating to the directors, whether it is identification number, whether it is digital signature certificate or whatever is the case. Then Section 157, company to obtain director identification number to register. Every company shall within 15 days of the receipt of intimation now under section 156 furnish the director identification number of all its directors to the registrar or any other officer or authority as may be specified by the central government, with such fees as may be prescribed or with such additional fees as may be prescribed, and every such intimation shall be furnished in such form and manner as may be prescribed. If a company fails to furnish director identification number under subsection 1 before the expiry of the period specified under section 403 with additional fee, the company shall be punishable with a fine which shall not be less than 25,000 rupees but which may extend to 1 lakh rupees, and every officer of the company who is in default shall be punishable with a fine which shall not be less than 25,000 rupees but which may extend to 1 lakh rupees. So this was about if a director identification number is not submitted to the company or companies which the director is working. Obligation to indicate director identification number. Every person or company, while furnishing any written information or particulars as required to be furnished under this act, shall mention the director identification number in such written information or particulars in such written information related to the director or contain any reference of any director. Then punishment for contravention. If any individual or director of a company contravenes any of the provisions of section 152 and section 155 and section 156, such individual or director of the company shall be punishable with the imprisonment for a term which may extend to 6 months or with a fine which may extend to 50,000 rupees, and where the contravention is of a continuing one, with a further which may extend to 5,000 rupees for every day during which the contravention continues. So we have understood certain provisions. The further provisions shall be explained in the next class.